Acikalin is an associate professor of international relations at Ankara Haci Bayram Veli University. She joins us live now. Nilhan, thank you so much indeed for your time. Because of your international outlook in terms of your academic expertise, give us what this means to the wider world outside of Turkey, first of all.
Thank you to be witness that kind of the historic moment together. Actually, Mehmet drove a very broad framework for the regional and the global implications of the PKK's call to disarm. First of all, regionally, we are going through a very different geopolitical changings after the toppling of the Bashar al-Assad regime in Syria. And we have seen a very concrete example of the cleaning up the terrorist organization, how we can work together with the Iraq in last 2 years. And I think depends on the concrete examples of the cooperation between the Turkey and the Iraq after the cleaning the terrorist organization units over there will give a kind of the short positive area that how the region will look like after the PKK's last call, the lay down it is arms. And the last one, I would say that in the more global broad sense, it will be much more important because these last peace stuff that we are talking about between Turkey and the PKK will be the unique modality, and it doesn't compare it between the Spain or the Ireland case. And I think it will be a unique model to regarding the conflictual or armed conflict groups in the different part of the world. And it can be also said that how the Turkey ended up with the successful historic movement this right now has been also giving a positive atmosphere for the region that has been suffering from the lots of the terrorist organizations and unfortunately killing the civilians for many years. And it will be a new start for not only for Turkey but also for region and regional peace in the general sense.
Now, in terms, Suay, of the PKK's ability to extend itself beyond Turkey's borders, and you're talking about Turkey's neighbors, do you think that they're going to need, the Turkish state, will it need assistance from its regional partners in terms of just trying to ensure that the PKK terror group has done what it's promised to do, in other words, dissolve, because obviously it extends beyond Turkey?
Exactly. Actually, today is not the ending of the something, but it's the beginning of the something, because this lay down the arming, it's just beginning today. There will be some phases, and it needs to be basically lay down the arms in the different units in the different part of the other countries, especially in the Syria and the Iraq. Iraq is, most of them are partially removed, but the Syria has still some problems in this respect. And I think it's an extension of these laying down it is arms, both in the neighboring part of the region, but also in the European sides and some other networks of the PKK terrorist organization in the different part of the world.
How do you see the Turkish government's immediate reaction in terms of how it's going to present? Undoubtedly, it's a victory for the Turkish state because of the history of the PKK over the past 40 years. But in terms of how it presents this moment, as either a victory or an achievement for the benefit of the entire country, because alienating any possible supporters of the Kurdish cause that the PKK was pushing forward, that'll be extremely important. Turkey is an ethnically diverse country. It's an inclusive country, but that inclusivity has been threatened by terrorist activities, of course.
Exactly, you are totally right. Actually, this historic moment is if you ask me, momentous for everyone in the Turkey, and the government has been showing a very inclusive approach since the Mr. Bahçeli call in the last October. And one more important thing that right now we are talking about the Turkey's century, and the next 100 years we want to see more stronger, more developed Turkey. And while we are handling with the terrorist organization, it's not easy to make it through in terms of politically and economically. That's why this is a victory for everyone in the Turkey. We will see more stronger, more developed economically, politically, and more integrated Turkey after this process totally finished. Lying the arms and everything will be much more better for the Turkey and everyone in the Turkey.